Hey everybody, thanks for joining us here on 9 News Watch. I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi with a detailed look at your Colorado weather forecast, which is going to feature mostly warming temperatures. And after today, we really start to crank up the thermometer. We'll be talking about temperatures in the 60s, maybe even the low 70s by next week. But let's start things out by taking a look at the radar picture, which does actually have a little action into the mountains, a little bit of snow for us into western Colorado, up by the LaSalle Mountains and into the West Elks. So that'd be Aspen, Snowmass, as well as on north into the flat top, seeing a little bit of light snow here on this Friday morning. Some of that will push east as we get later on through today and tonight. Perhaps a few flakes for us here into Denver, but I don't think we're looking at anything remotely close to a big deal for us in around the metro area. So for now, on this Friday morning, it's mostly beautiful blue skies. A little bit deceptive, though, as you step outside. It's still on the chilly side. Those temperatures do start to moderate, starting a little bit this afternoon, but probably more in earnest for your day tomorrow. Meantime, snow for us. I did mention there's that slight chance for a few flakes here into the Denver area this evening. I think the best or the main time window would be between about 5 and 10 p.m. tonight to see a few flakes dotting the skies. Best chance will be along the Palmer Divide, where we could see a dusting in a few areas out there and perhaps an inch with a localized band. Again, not a big deal for us. Carry on, and then as we get into the weekend and through next week, we've basically got no snow chances, no rain chances until the end of next week. So we enter into a prolonged, dry, warming, and eventually warm stretch for us here in eastern Colorado. Closer look in, though, probably a few of you, especially some of that ski traffic, a little bit more curious about that chance for some of that snow later on this afternoon, this evening. We do have that chance for a few flakes for us along the Palmer Divide. In particular, the foothills will have a better chance as well. But again, I don't think we're talking about much, if any, accumulation from this, even into the foothills and even into the Palmer Divide. Any snow that we do get will be very light in nature, and again, Castle Rock, Douglas County, Western Elbert County, perhaps a dusting, perhaps an inch for us under those heaviest bands. But I think here in Denver, I think we'll see a few flakes. I think that's going to about do it for us here this evening. So the story then becomes more and more those temperatures. Current wind chill, it's still 19 for us here in Denver. Wind chills in the teens and 20s at this hour. It's a lot better than where we've been, but still, I wouldn't exactly call it warm. But those actual air temperatures, again, generally in the teens and 20s, a few 30s, popping on up into southern Colorado. Downtown Denver up to 21 degrees for us. DIA at 19, 26 in Littleton. You are the hot spot. And then you get on up into the foothills and into some of the higher elevations. That's where you're talking about more single digits and teens for us at this hour. So as we get later on through today, we do warm on up into the upper 20s. That will be our warmest temperature in 4 days. And once we get to 3 p.m. or a little after 3 p.m. this afternoon, we will officially be at 100 consecutive hours below freezing for us. We will snap that streak, but not today, most likely, with some of that cloud cover increasing as we get through the afternoon, and then those first flakes developing right around dusk. And again, not a big deal. Better chance for seeing some of those flakes as we get into the south and west sides of the metro area. So light snow, few flurries for us in the evening hours. Any flakes that we do see will be long done by about 11 or midnight tonight. Sunset 5:46, and by the way, civil twilight, which means it's light enough to do pretty much anything. Civil twilight is now past 6 p.m. here in Denver, and we're just a couple weeks away from 7 p.m. sunsets. Those coming on up on March the 13th when we move those clocks forward. All right, low temperatures for tonight. That'll, again, probably be the main stories, those thermometers we get over the next couple of days. Single digits for us here in Denver tonight. Teens, generally speaking, along the plains and the mountains, especially in some of those valleys where that cold, dense air is trapped in. -11 in Gunnison and -4 in the Yampa Valley for friends up into Steamboat Springs. But I mentioned those warmer temperatures. They are coming, and by the time we get into Friday, Saturday, especially Sunday and Monday, those temperatures really spike on up. Could be talking about mid-60s and maybe closing in on 70 degrees as we get into the end of next week. Some very, very nice weather on tap for us. But in the meantime, we do actually get above freezing on Saturday. Rome wasn't built in a day. So those temperatures do get on up to probably right around 40 degrees tomorrow afternoon here in Denver. That'll probably feel like Maui compared to where we have been. Sunrise 6:38 tomorrow morning. So hour by hour for your day tomorrow, it is nothing but beautiful blue sunshine for us in and around the metro area. Again, temperatures topping on out right around 40 degrees. And around the metro, a few of us could probably hit or maybe even top 40 degrees tomorrow afternoon. And that'll start the melting process of those 4 to 5 inches of snow most of us picked up earlier on this week. But I promised some much warmer temperatures, and here they are as we get into Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday of next week with those temps probably in the mid to upper 60s, all from Tuesday through Thursday of next week. And then finally by Friday, it'll start to cool back down with our next system approaching from the north and west. We'll have to keep an eye on that. But in the meantime, the story will be much drier weather as well as much warmer weather as we get into the start of March, which of course is on average Denver's snowiest month of the year. But doesn't look like it's going to start off on a snowy note. Don't let that fool you, though. That, of course, can change in a hurry. And in fact, minor tangent while I've got a minute is I remember last year, right before we had our big snowstorm, it was in the 60s. So again, you know that it's in the 60s, enjoy it, soak it up. But that means probably, especially this time of year, that some unpleasant weather is probably just around the corner. So in the meantime, enjoy those warmer temperatures. And you know what? We've got some fresh snow up in the mountains. So if you're skiing this weekend, enjoy that as well. In the meantime, meteorologist Danielle Grant will have your full forecast coming up at 9 news at noon. And Chief Meteorologist Kathy Sabin will have your full forecast at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10 later on this afternoon and this evening. In the meantime, I'm Meteorologist Chris Bianchi, and have a great